guys, and welcome to episode 137 of the Up Real Late podcast. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tyler Spitolsky. I wanted to say
I almost said Tim, and it freaked me out. I feel like we're still missing Tim. Come back to us.
Adam Franey also joined us.
Real Squad's here.
Murder Inc.
Murder Inc. Shout out to Ja Rule.
Shout out to Ja Rule. My first CD I ever bought.
No, don't be shouting out.
Love is pain. Love Ja Rule.
Let's run down some of the topics we're going to discuss on this week's episode. As usual, we're going to talk about the last film we watched this week, as well as a couple of news topics this week. We got a couple of trailers. We got The House with a Clock in his walls.
Whoa!
The House with a Clock in its walls. It's genderless, starring Jack Black. And we got Terminal trailer starring Margot Robbie. And we got some Jurassic World 3 news, as well as some Dr. Dolittle news. Got some casting. We already know Downey Jr. is starring, but... We'll get to these topics later as well. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Leave a comment below in the comment section. And, of course, subscribe. We do appreciate the support there. With that out of the way, Ty, what do you got for us this week?
Another
2 weeks in a row, you get to go first.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, what was my movie last week? Do you guys remember? Because I don't.
No, I don't.
I think I 5-banged it though.
Wind River?
It was Wind River. Yes.
Are you sure? Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely Wind River.
Good.
What do you got this week?
I got another classic for you guys.
Oh.
A young FBI cadet must receive the help of an incarcerated and manipulative cannibal/killer to help catch another serial killer who skins his victims.
You watched the cinematic classic.
1991's
Shocking.
Silence of the Limbs.
I literally thought everyone on Earth had seen this. So.
Oh, there's a smudge on my screen. Silence of the Lambs.
Yes, it's lambs, not
it's
limbs.
Lambs, not limbs.
Well, it sounds like the lamps keeps.
This is weird because they were always silent, so I'm not sure where that. Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, what'd you think of it?
This is a masterpiece.
Ooh,
it's fantastic.
You don't say. 27 years later.
Yeah. I saw Anthony Hopkins in his best role to date that I've ever seen. To this day, I don't think I've ever seen a character quite like this and the reason why I think is because that people don't want to seem derivative of him because it was just so original. Like it was such a great character. I loved everything about this movie.
Shortest amount of screen time for any Best Actor winner.
Seriously,
Anthony Hopkins.
That's incredible.
Nuts.
Like insane. 12 minutes or something.
Yeah, I think it's one of those movies where I think I have to go back and rewatch because if you look at it, it's just like he had like this small bit of time like that when she first meets him,
and then most of it.
Yeah, a little bit like when they're in that plane hangar. And he's like describing something like
I haven't seen it in years. I gotta rewatch it.
Oh, you gotta rewatch it.
I watched it last year. Well, you got it on Criterion now, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. I might need to borrow
It's the perfect excuse.
It's on the shelf.
Quite good. Just great. And Jodie Foster, a babe.
Jodie.
Which I thought was kind of weird. Like she looked super young.
Yeah?
She looked super young, but as soon as she opened her mouth. Hello, sir. Like she sounded like exactly the same. Like she has not changed her voice in like 27 years.
Yeah,
and that's hilarious. It's very nice.
Taxi driver.
It's still Jodie.
Very nice to meet you, sir. And she's just like talking like this really like disgruntled
distinct voice.
She win this? Nominated?
If she didn't, I'd be very upset.
She must have because it's the last movie to sweep the Oscars too. Director, picture, actor, actress.
Really?
So obviously she did.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
There you go.
Great movie. But like I feel like there was like subtle little things throughout the movie that I didn't pick up on.
It's just a great thriller.
Yeah, just a great thriller.
It's like the seminal crime thriller, detective thriller.
And it was kind of cool to see like everyone everyone always either like does like some sort of funny thing about Buffalo Bill or like there's like some reference to Buffalo Bill. It was kind of actually really cool to see like Buffalo Bill.
Just really creepy.
Yeah, just like to see like the actual.
As like a meme.
Yeah, how it's like how it was
not how rubs the lotion on the skin.
Yeah. Or I think like just like how he did it, like it was just so creepy. But like to actually see it done like that, like done properly, was really cool.
Pretty chilling.
Yeah.
Right?
Creepy AF.
Yeah, and then when he's wearing you find out what he's doing, and with that suit that he has, he's dancing. It's creepy. It's weird. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. Creepy,
remember.
weird. Check it out. It'll give you nightmares. Will give you nightmares. I want a sequel.
Really?
I
Well,
do.
Keep dreaming.
I do. I really want one. I think that it's one of the things they could make work.
You're a great big fat person.
Did they not, or were they all prequels?
I heard they. I thought
Hannibal.
movies.
Hannibal is a sequel or prequel.
Well,
Sorry,
Red Dragon's prequel.
Red Dragon
Yeah.
prequel. So what's Hannibal?
Sequel.
There's a sequel to it.
Yeah. You didn't know this?
Yeah, dude.
No, that's what I just said. I want a sequel.
It's like 4 other Hannibal
Well,
movies.
I don't know how to tell you this, but
There's
is
like
one.
Hannibal Rising as well. Is the
it's
other
fine.
prequel?
Is Anthony Hopkins in any of them?
Hannibal.
And he's in Hannibal and Red Dragon.
Ray Liotta, Hannibal.
He's in Red Dragon, right? No.
No, idiot. But yeah, just
I haven't seen it.
Anthony Hopkins' voice, just phenomenal.
Mindhunter or Manhunter?
Not Mindhunter.
Manhunter.
Mindhunter's is a Switty flick.
Yeah. Manhunter.
He's played by a different person.
Yeah. Hannibal
So actually,
Lecter's
he
in
wasn't the first person to play Hannibal Lecter.
it. You'd know him as Eric Stryker from X2. He played Hannibal Lecter in the 80s.
You remember this shit movie?
What's his name? Cox? Brian Cox?
Yes.
Brian Cox, yeah.
Brian Cox, yeah, played Hannibal Lecter first. Which I thought Brian Cox was great as Hannibal Lecter.
He was, but nobody.
Not to change the subject.
Yeah.
You can't possibly talk about him though because of Anthony Hopkins blew it out of the water.
To me, like,
destroyed him.
But he was great.
He was great.
He
I
was
know.
great.
Was it the same style? Do you like the same kind of character,
He was
the
like
same
in prison,
mannerisms?
yes.
Yeah.
Like
very
he did like the same
slick.
the same
hair.
creepy voice.
Yes.
Yeah. You gotta watch Manhunter now. Tooth Fairy.
Yeah. What are you hitting Silence of the Lambs with?
I wonder what. Actually, knowing you, it could be a 3.
This is a heavy too.
You know what? It's right in the middle.
You know what?
Heavy
Loved
2.
it. Seen it before. Heavy 2.
Yeah, I loved it. Nothing better than it. I'm gonna give it a light 1.
Nothing better than it.
Yeah, nothing better
Nothing
than
better
it.
than it.
Nothing better than it.
Hashtag nothing better than it.
That's gonna be trending soon.
Wait, what?
I'm hitting this with a 5.
Woo!
I know.
That's a real movie you just found.
I know.
Not just a Switty.
You guys like.
2 weeks in a row. I'm so proud of you.
I feel like I have evolved.
Yes!
Like I am the creepy butterfly from Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
You were the larva.
I was the larva. Disgusting.
Now you've
Watching
spread
half of Avatar.
We were accepting you and you made it weird.
You've spread your powdery wings.
Shit. I was doing so well.
Okay. Well,
Adam, what do you got for us this week as your last?
we might have
movie?
switched places here, sweetie.
What schlock have
What
you seen this
shit
week?
movie did you watch?
Well, don't speak too soon.
What
bud.
Switty 5 did you watch?
Oh, yeah. 1997
Good year.
rated R sci-fi horror cult classic. I've heard was very underlooked, very underrated. Event Horizon. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Couldn't tell you who's in it.
Well, a rescue crew investigates a spaceship that disappeared into a black hole and is now returned. With someone...
This is a Tim movie.
Or something.
This is a very this is a Tim. Unless it was garbage,
Unless
which means it's automatically
You
mine.
list the cast.
It's a
off.
Tim movie.
Yeah.
For sure. With someone or something on board. Starring Lawrence Fishburne, Sam Neill,
I think I've seen this.
and Jason Isaacs. Otherwise known as Lucius Malfoy for you.
I know who
Okay.
he is.
Alright.
He's also in The Patriot.
Just
Great movie.
found out in looking it up. Are you ready for this? Directed by a little man called Paul W.S. Anderson. Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Not Phantom Thread guy.
P.T. Anderson?
The Mortal Kombat
Resident Evil director.
Event Horizon director.
So devastating.
What do you like? Give me some feedback. What'd you think?
It's very fun. It's a cute. Well, not cute, but
You sound like a horror sci-fi.
It's a cute romp.
it's a romp, man. I liked it. I can see why people say it's underrated. Critically annihilated.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say it sounds like it's sort of riffing off Alien a bit.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely one
Is
of
it
the.
derivative?
Yeah. I mean, it's the kind of thing where like you've seen every space sci-fi movie and you're at the bottom of the barrel and it's like, oh, actually this one's not bad. Like if someone was like, I've never seen a space movie and I want to see them, what do I watch? I'd probably list like 10 before this one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's
This would be in the
It's
lineup.
like top
though.
20.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not 20.
Shit.
and I feel like they're pretty rare. I feel like they're pretty rare, like space movies. You know, there's usually like one big one per year.
Yeah.
It's not like they crank them out.
There are no rom-coms.
There are no rom-coms. The performances...
Dramedy.
Yeah. Hello. Performances were all good. Lawrence Fishburne, Sam Neill were both very good.
Jason Isaac.
Jason Isaac was good, for sure. Yep. And even the unknown, like the people I didn't recognize, they were good. I thought it was actually has some good scares. Like there's some creepy shit. They start to lose their mind, obviously.
Been there.
From what's on this ship, this unknown entity that's making them go loopy. Or maybe maybe there is no entity.
Or maybe it's all in their head. Maybe they got cabin fever.
Never heard that before.
That's brand new to this.
I know. Well, to be fair, it's 20 years old, so maybe it wasn't as played out
back then
when this came out.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But, there's definitely some cool scares. Some like accidental suicides due to psychological like visions, some stuff like that. Some crazy horror kills for like horror.
All right,
I'm down with that.
Okay,
I'm down with accidental suicide.
Yeah. How about Yeah. How about
give us one? Come on.
Getting chained up to the roof by your back skin, like hook, ching 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 ching.
Like Chainsaw Massacre style.
Yeah. Straight like meat hook.
It's like Ichi the Killer level.
It's
I don't even know what that
horrifying.
means.
Oh. Best part of this movie though, visually the set design is fucking amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
From a Paul W.S. Anderson movie.
Sweetie, don't start with me. I feel like it was maybe ghost directed because it's pretty good. It's fine, so there's no way he did it.
Have you seen the Resident Evil movies?
Resident Evil, the first one.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. He did them all.
He did them all.
I know, but the
they got progressively worse.
But
I'm not talking about them all. I'm just talking about
that would have been in this era. So
it's
like he did have a prime.
The first one was a good video game movie.
It was fine.
Yeah, no, it was a good movie. You can use the word good, and it's okay.
It's fine.
You just said you liked it.
It legit terrified
me. Yeah, it's good. I guess.
Then it worked.
I was like 10 when it came out.
Yeah. Oh, that's on you then. That's on your parents. It's poor parenting.
Anyways, practical. Yeah, if you're into set design, definitely one to check out. Like that scene I'm referring to, where the guy gets meat hooked.
That's a verb. Meat hooked.
The entire like bay that they're in, just coated in entrails and like blood dripping. Like it looks like it took 10 hours to decorate that set. I was like astonished by that. You're getting thirsty, bud. Cool. Like they go into the engine room of the ship, and it's this massive rotating orb with all these like crazy encryptions in it, with 2 rotating rings around it, like all practical. I love the set design. It was amazing. There's a crazy like rotating hallway, Inception style, with like a walkway bridge. All practical, no green screen. Yeah, the ships all still look really good.
No green screen.
This was like, what year was this? 97.
There's green screen in the movie, but the sets were like all built. Yeah, 97.
That's incredible.
See, it's a little bit before like green screen or blue screen.
Yeah, it's kind of like, right before.
I mean,
Phantom
no, I mean they still did it in the past, but it's not to the same extent. Obviously.
Yeah. There's miniatures. It wasn't just like what you're watching a computer animated scene. It was like they were actually using miniatures and models and sets. Yeah. It's actually, I was reading trivia. A third of the budget for the movie went to the set, like all the different sets and
That's intense.
That's a lot. It's a pretty big chunk when you think about it. And then building the miniature ships and all that stuff. So yeah, I would say the negatives. There's definitely some cheese, like they go in zero gravity and everything floating is just like bad CG.
It's just like composited, like floating.
Oh, it's bad. You can like see outline around the object.
You just like see the layers just there.
Literally,
that's the worst.
And like there's like water, so I'm like, doom pokes it, and it's
like this
a cartoon, like almost 2D, like.
You can clearly tell
like Terminator, the like metallic.
Yeah,
shit. Although that was done well. I mean, like that level of like Animorphs, like morphing.
Oh shit! Yeah, it was like Animorphs. And
same era.
Third act goes just full
bonkers,
full bonkers slasher, like cringe, like Hellraiser, like demon.
I'm in.
It's basically. I don't know if you guys have seen Sunshine, Danny Boyle. I know you haven't.
Nope.
It's like a poor man's Sunshine, but I think Sunshine's great. So that.
And you're saying the ending is similar to Sunshine in that regard?
Yeah, people compare them a lot and say they're like underlooked sci-fi movies, and they kind of follow like people similar going crazy in a spaceship, and end goes full like slasher. Right. It's very, very similar. I thought, it was handled a little bit worse for sure, but still pretty good. I'd give it a heavy 3. I'm happy I watched it. It was good.
Right on.
Well,
good.
It was fine. It was fine.
Worth it. Is it on Netflix or?
No, I actually got it 2 for $20 on Blu-ray.
Really?
So, with Eyes Wide Shut.
Nice.
Oh, that's a decent little.
2 for $20. Yeah, check it out. It was worth $10.
It's more like 21 or 19.1, or how would you ratio it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
19.1.
15.5 or.
Yeah, I guess when you put it that way, actually 15.5.
19.1.
It's worth $5.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump in.
Oh shit! Get the fuck out!
You're gonna know instantly once I say it.
Probably not.
You switch souls.
You will. Set in Japan.
I knew it.
Isle of Dogs. Follows a boy's odyssey in search of his lost dog.
Nope, no idea.
No idea.
No idea.
Wow, Isle of Dogs, directed by Wes Anderson.
Oh! Hey, he did the same movie you just watched.
No, that's Paul W.S. Anderson.
I'm never gonna get this.
That was W.S. Anderson. This is Wes Anderson.
He did not do Phantom Thread. Not Paul Thomas Anderson.
For fuck's sakes.
Starring, this is quite a list. Bryan Cranston, Koyu Rankin is the kid. Edward Norton, Bob Balaban, Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum, Greta Gerwig, Frances McDormand, Scarlett Johansson, Harvey Keitel, F. Murray Abraham, Yoko Ono, Tilda Swinton, Ken Watanabe, Liev Schreiber, Courtney B. Vance, Angelica Houston.
This keeps going.
A bunch of Japanese actors that you guys won't know.
You don't say that.
So
That's pretty much it.
Presumptive.
But yeah, this is Wes Anderson's return to animation, stop motion animation, a la Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I'm just in awe.
You're just pissed.
I'm so jealous.
How did you see it, Scott?
I went to the city yesterday.
Okay, there it is. All right.
Saw it.
Because it has not gone wide enough yet.
No, it hasn't.
I don't think, for us to have seen it.
I couldn't wait.
It will be at some point.
Yeah,
so it might be the posters. So.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, we've been saying that for a couple of weeks. They have the poster.
I went and saw our review today for like this week.
Not just the poster. They have a fucking walk-in massive...
They have a whole thing.
Have you seen it? The cardboard insane...
I haven't noticed it, no.
Insane like collage of every dog in the movie forming like a 10 by 10 massive cardboard walk-in.
Yeah.
But it's fuck me, right?
Quite large.
Well, we'll see what happens when it shows up locally. But I did see it, and this movie is fine.
What? Universally acclaimed.
It has
Japan.
High 90s in Rotten
Japan.
Tomatoes.
You know it took place in Japan.
I know.
Well, you love Japan.
You do know.
But it's classic Wes Anderson. I didn't say I didn't like it. Okay.
Yeah, you said it was
it's
fine.
It's good. It's
almost like worse than hating
it's
it.
good.
I didn't love
dog
it.
Shit.
I like Fantastic Mr. Fox better.
Thank you. Hey.
Yeah, 5 bang.
I like a lot of his other movies better, I feel.
Yeah?
But this one...
Phil's not going to be happy.
No, he 5-banged it.
Shout out to Phil.
He 5'd it?
Yeah, he 5'd
And you think it's fine?
Yeah, fucked, right?
Shit. There's going to be
Here's the
some
thing,
discussions
okay.
tomorrow.
I'm scared.
Let me start off with the pros. Okay?
Okay.
Are
there any?
Voice cast, fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean...
Cranston? Let's go.
I love him. Although, this sort of segues right into a con.
Perfect.
Very similar voices from all of them.
Yeah, I had a hard time...
It's a bunch of old white men.
Yeah.
Even in the trailer I noticed.
I had a hard time picking out who was who.
I thought they were all Clooney.
Yeah.
None of them were Clooney.
Yeah.
So...
And it sort of leads into 2 other problems. I have 2 other sort of major problems. One of them my mother brought up. Shout out to my mom. She came with me and saw
Shout out to my mom.
She liked it?
Shout out to Scott's mom.
I think she thought it was fine, except this one problem that she's bringing up just really turned her off the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The representation in it,
yeah,
95% male, and there's like 1 female dog.
They have Yoko
Scarlett
Ono.
Johansson.
1 bitch.
Not even in it, barely.
Really?
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson, and she's, in my mother's words, she's just like window dressing, like in a couple scenes.
Ah.
and it's
That's a
just
shame.
like it's just mainly male, and that kind of really turned her off it. And I agree, it's just a bunch of old white men like, voicing dogs.
Weird.
Anyways, besides that,
Social justice.
and I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, Bob Balaban was one of the main dogs. I'm like, I didn't recognize
Yeah.
Edward Norton's voice, and like Goldblum and Bill Murray and Cranston. Like they're all very similar age, similar kind of eclectic voices.
Yeah.
Like perfect for a Wes Anderson movie, but yet at the same time,
Well,
very similar.
If you think about
They
it,
sound the same.
about all the people who he casts in his movies, they're usually white guys.
Those guys are all like Wes Anderson regulars.
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
Cranston.
Bill Murray, you got Cranston, or you got George Clooney, you got both the
Now-
Wilson brothers.
That being said, Tilda
Goldblum.
Swinton plays this tiny little English like pug
Okay.
named the Oracle, and the reason
So,
I have so many questions.
she has only a couple lines, but she's pretty hilarious because this pug is called the Oracle because it can see into the future. But what it can really do is it can understand what's being shown on the TV.
oh man!
It's funny because she gets called out for it in the movie, and she's like, "It's gonna snow tomorrow," and they're like, "Wow, really? That's amazing! You like the Oracle?" And then the kid's like, she can just read the TV, and it's like the Weather Channel or something."
Just
That's
calls her
amazing.
out on her shit.
That's
But
amazing.
she had some funny moments, and I will say it's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny movie.
Yeah.
Definitely
if you're a
humor.
white guy.
There wasn't.
Not for Japanese.
Yeah.
Well, there's another problem I have with it.
Oh.
I'll get into that in a sec. But I will say, that being said about the cast, they're all great. Like, it's very, like, they did a great job. Like, how can you not, like, look at that cast? It's amazing. And it's classic Wes Anderson with, the swipes with the camera and everything, and amazing sets,
I was gonna say the
super
craft.
detailed,
Is the craft
spotless,
stuff amazing?
spotless, of course,
Yeah.
flawless.
Like the
But-
special features will be worth the price of admission.
Oh yeah, flawless.
Just to watch the making.
Flawless.
But where's the but?
One of my main problems with this movie
Yeah.
is its representation of just Japanese culture in general.
Yeah.
It just seems forced,
Okay.
Really?
like very forced.
Caricature-y?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I made a point. I was talking to my uncle about it, and I said I thought this was a good sort of way of putting it. Imagine if say we're switching it, and it was say a Japanese director
Okay.
doing a movie, say set in let's just say Canada,
Okay.
and it's just all just beavers, maple syrup, plaid shirts,
Yeah.
Oh,
and just all that
Bunch of
super
lumberjacks.
Canadian, yes,
Yeah.
super Canadian Mounties,
Just a moose.
everything, right?
Tim Hortons on every corner.
And I'd just be like, this is a bit like this isn't really what Canada is.
Yeah.
That's like a character.
So they're just like
version.
ninjas running around the entire time, or?
It's just there's Japanese like writing in every shot, like super in your face.
Yeah.
And everyone's like yelling Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
and there's barely subtitles, but you don't need it because you can
I
understand.
respect
dogs,
that
yeah.
though. The no subtitles thing. That
Yes.
seems more authentic. Like more of homage than.
Are you talking more about the sets though?
It's
Like
just
how-
the way it was done,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I can't.
It wasn't done in a way where you're like, oh, I don't need to know what they're saying because I understand what's happening in the scene. And there was a lot of that.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it still seemed like a caricature of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a
And
mockery.
it's really hard to put my finger on it.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. It was just instead of like actually using it, it's like actually making fun of it kind of thing.
Yeah, like haha, look how funny and weird they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all they
Pointing
do is just
to
how bizarre
yell
Japan
loudly
is.
in Japanese, and you can't
Yeah.
understand what they're saying.
That's all the
No
impressions I
subtitles.
do of
It's
Japan.
a little cringe, I guess. Yeah.
So that kind of turned me
Sounds
off when
so
I'm watching
cringe.
the movie. I'm like, why doesn't it seem like such a weird representation of Japanese culture? Like,
I mean, it is an
Super
animated
forced.
movie too. So I was gonna say cartoony, and then I'm like, wait,
but
this is
here's the thing.
literally
This is
animated.
animated.
think of for example, Disney, Pixar,
Uh-huh.
right? And like Moana or Coco,
Yeah.
right? Super like the
Respectful.
best respectful representation of those
Yeah.
cultures,
True.
like done in the best possible way.
Yeah.
True.
You're like, damn, like I respect. Moana was like directed by two old white men,
Yeah.
but they did it in such a way that was very respectful to the culture
Mhm.
and really brought you into that culture.
Like every single
This-
person involved was Hawaiian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Samoan.
With this movie, I love Wes Anderson and I love his craft and style, and the comedy is there.
Can't fault that.
Yeah, it's just it just throws me off. It's just odd to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I was not expecting you to come in with this review.
I know, because I love Japanese culture. I love Wes Anderson movies.
I'm understanding your logic.
Well, this might be also. This might just be you as well, because you have seen a lot of very strongly influenced Japanese films. You like Japanese directors.
They flat out place the Seven Samurai theme in it.
I was gonna say I heard you used Kurosawa score. So see, that's what I mean. That stuff makes me think his heart was in the right place. That sounds like homage. Like he sounds like he's,
I believe that he is coming from the right place, but it just came off.
It wasn't done right. Yeah.
Like he might have the best intentions in the world, but it still might be a little bit misguided.
Shot himself in the foot a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that might not be that. It might not be seen that way for everyone, just because again, you have such an in-depth knowledge and idea of what Japanese culture
Honestly,
is.
I just think you guys have to see it.
Yeah,
I gotta see it.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
I think it's great. Besides that,
we will have to wait and see when the movie comes out.
Because, like I said, there are a lot of pros to this movie as well. It's full Wes
But the cons are strong.
If that's the only real con, I mean, that's technically not necessarily a fault in the movie.
I don't think. Well, it's still it's enough to like turn you off it.
Yeah,
as well as a representation thing.
True.
But and the fact that I can't differentiate the dogs' voices because they're all old white men.
Yeah,
that's a good point. 'Cause even Fantastic Mr. Fox, like Clooney, Bill Murray, Jason Schwartzman don't sound alike.
No,
right? This, like Cranston, literally could sound like Bill Murray if I shut my eyes. Like they actually
Bob Balaban.
Bob Balaban.
Physically, they sound.
Jeff Goldblum wasn't.
Was he Jeff Goldblum?
I feel a lot of Jeff Goldblum is like in
physicality.
It's his physicality,
like
and it didn't come across in an animated movie.
Yeah,
his voice is great, but it's not quite in the same.
But way. When he was recording, he was,
Or he's got like the eyes,
You never know if you stop, if you could. He just he's just all over it.
I will say I don't think it's as funny as some of his other movies.
Really?
Okay, I do like some of the other, especially for example, in just comparing Fantastic Mr. Fox and this.
You have to.
I thought Fantastic Mr. Fox was funnier in my opinion. There were lots of moments in that movie where I literally laughed out loud.
There's a lot of really good, clever moments in that movie.
Like for me, Isle of Dogs, the whole time I'm just like I kind of chuckled a couple times.
A snicker.
Yeah, but there wasn't any time where like. Anyways, I think I've said enough about it. I think I'll give my rating. I'm gonna go a heavy 3.
Ooh.
Heavy
Lower
3.
than I thought.
It could be a light 4, but it's just something about it.
Yeah,
it's just something about it. That
Wait till Phil hears this, bud.
Yeah,
a heavy 3.
I think
Phil is going to shit.
I liked it, but there's that caveat.
Phil's gonna shit.
Let's move on into our news segments. We got a couple news topics to discuss. Let's start with the trailers. We got a little horror
kind of
comedy. I don't know how to fully describe it.
Comedy?
The House with a Clock in Its Walls, starring Jack Black and Helen Mirren. No, Kate Blanchett.
Nice one, Sweetie.
Not Winchester.
I was like thinking, she's an old lady? Yeah, I was thinking Winchester for sure. And some kid. I don't know who the kid is. Could be any kid, to be honest. I believe is it like an Edgar Allan Poe poem or something? It's a gothic horror comedy thing. I like Goosebumps, I'd say.
I was going to say, I'm confused because I thought they already tried to do a Goosebumps
movie
did that, with Jack Black and it didn't work.
Ty, let's start with you because I saw you chuckle a couple times. What do you think of it? Is it just Jack Black in general you like?
It's Jack Black in general.
His eyebrows? Is it his eyebrows?
He can literally do whatever he wants in a movie and I'll always think that he's so funny in it. But
you were howling at this trailer.
I wouldn't say howling, but yes, I was laughing. I was laughing boisterously. I think it's just Jack Black in general. Who just watching him, like physically, is the. I just watched you pull up the Dr. Dolittle cast right there. I'm very excited.
Throwing the fireball,
and he just throws a fireball. Like, why is Jack Black throwing a fireball? What's going on?
PK fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was
just like
PK fire.
Just like. But like
it's very Harry Potter.
Yeah. So he just turns around and just
great eyebrow.
And he's just like this eyebrow and now he's just playing cards and like it's just so funny to watch him do that stuff because like it's just a regular bicycle deck. You can tell that. It's a regular card, like regular playing cards, and just see him holding them like this, just like do the thing with his eyebrows. It's just so funny. But the movie, I don't give two shits about it. Like I really don't care because it looks like it was something that.
It's a good point.
It looks like it could have something like it could have like a okay horror, like kind of like weird kind of horror comedy feel to it, but then everything I saw was just childish. Like it looked like.
You make a really good point. You're so right.
Yeah.
When you step back and you look at this movie, like from a trailer point of view, looks like shit. But Jack Black looks hilarious.
He does. Like watching him just do these regular things. Like it's just.
Is that intentional though?
I think so.
Like who is this for?
I don't know.
I'll jump in. This is a horror kids movie. What the fuck?
If they take out the kids aspect,
school.
Yes.
Is it Peregrine?
It's very. It felt very, very similar to that. Like who is this kind of angled towards?
It's Goosebumps. It's that.
It's like Goosebumps. But if they took out like the kids aspect of it, like making it like okay for kids and stuff like that, I think that we could have an actual really good movie here.
Movie's gonna be shit.
Jack Black's probably gonna be really good in it.
I like Jack Black.
Yeah, exactly. Like that.
That's not a compliment.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
But Eddie Murphy was great in it though.
True. What if I told you it was directed by Eli Roth? You heard me. Yeah. Cabin Fever, Hostel 1 and 2, Green Inferno, Knock Knock, Death Wish, House with the Clock in its Walls. Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay, Eli.
See, that's it. We could have had a good movie here.
Bizarre.
We could have had
like, has he just sold out? Like big studio movies now? Death Wish?
No, because
Eli Roth's The House with the Clock.
Notice his name was not there. Because they don't want kids to be like, who's Eli Roth? Let's watch Hostel.
It's gonna start off with this. It was a smoke screen. This trailer was a smoke screen. It's gonna start off with that. The clock is a torture machine. And it's like shit. This kid's like getting turned on the wheel and just fucking.
He just comes out Bear Jew style, with like the tank top on, and
baseball bat, just starts whacking things.
Oh,
if they did that, 5 bang.
Yeah,
kid gets
5
his
bang
eye pulled out.
Yeah, I don't know. Looks like shit. Eli, what are you doing, bud?
Let's move on. Looks like shit.
Yeah.
But Jack Black's great. Gotta love him. Got this little film. We reviewed a teaser trailer the other week for it.
Did. That's correct.
This movie starring Margot Robbie and Simon Pegg and somehow Mike Myers.
Somehow was fucking right.
And some other British actors. Terminal is the name of the film. It seems like a weird genre to sort of quantify it as.
You know what this reminded me of was Snatch for some reason.
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, it had a very like snappy kind of feel to it.
Yeah, super colorful.
Very colorful. Love the colors.
Oh, the lighting.
Yeah. No, the colors. The colors.
Yeah, the color with the lighting was weird.
What do you think, Adam? What do you?
I'm intrigued. I'm not sure I grasped the plot fully.
No idea.
But very Guy Ritchie esque. Clearly, was influenced by Guy Ritchie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
almost maybe even Edgar Wrighty.
Yeah, they're kind of similar.
Yeah, but darker though. So leans more towards Guy Ritchie.
I don't know. Like,
have you seen Bunraku?
I have seen Bunraku. I actually own Bunraku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do, eh?
I do.
Yeah.
Why?
It kind of reminds me of that.
Okay. Did you watch Bunraku?
Yeah, I think you lent it to me.
I did. You actually watched it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, guys, please. What the fuck is Bunraku?
Shit movie.
Check it out.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, but it's
absolute dog shit.
Had a very similar feel to it, though.
You would know. You know what? This reminds me of Bunraku. Pure dog shit.
It's like movie. Josh Hart in it. Fucking
Ron Perlman, Woody Harrelson.
I love Ron. I love Woody.
I'm in. Demi Moore.
Anyways, it's dog shit.
But
very colorful, cool sets.
Okay.
Cool visuals. But dog shit.
Been waiting a long time for Mike Myers, and he didn't speak in this, but I saw his face.
He kind of scurried around like a rat.
He actually reminded me a lot of what Peter Pettigrew from Harry Potter.
God.
Just like this, like.
Ew.
Yeah.
And just like running around.
I'm happy that they captured him on film. He's like Sasquatch.
I know. He's like the fucking
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess I'm in. I'm intrigued.
it looks honestly, it looks interesting. I'm afraid it's gonna be like The Counselor or something. Like, cool cast, like looks interesting, but then actually sucks. Because there's nothing there plot wise that sounds interesting to me.
I don't even.
That's the thing is, I don't even know what the plot is.
Exactly.
But that's mysterious. I like that. I like a little bit of mystery.
I normally like that. Yeah.
But there should at least be something there that you're like, you can grasp onto and you're like, okay, that's an interesting sort of idea. I wonder where that's going to go.
Yeah.
Like a concept.
Yeah.
There's not even a concept.
No, there's no concept. It's just a
nothing.
bunch of characters interacting, and I'm just like, what's the point?
Mike Myers looks like a bellhop. That's
or like a mechanic or something.
Maybe a mechanic.
Who knows?
Or a train conductor. It could be any one of these things.
That's what we got to go off.
I've got to say, I'm very much in.
You're in.
I am very much in.
Of course, doesn't shock me.
This looks like it's filled with mystery, intrigue. We've got Simon Pegg, looks like Sigmund Freud. I'm not sure what he's doing there with his
great beard.
Great beard. If I could grow a beard like that, I would.
Doesn't seem real, but
I'm going to.
Probably not real.
I'm going to try it anyway. I'm marking the date now. I'm going to start growing my beard out. This looks just super weird, super quirky, and I'm in. Scotty was asleep. He looks asleep here on camera. No, it looks really out there, and I'm okay. He's dozing off. Who directed this? Do we know?
No.
Good.
Let me
Memory
look it
banks.
up.
But this just looks super quirky, which I'm all about.
Could be good.
Yeah,
could be good. We'll see.
The colors and everything.
We'll have to see when the movie comes out. You know what? It's actually coming out fairly soon.
Is it?
Yeah, next couple months.
Oh,
yeah, I think
what?
Maybe 2 months.
Interesting.
2 or 3 months it's coming out.
It's directed by Von Steen and written by Von Steen.
Is
he have a first name or
what?
is
that?
Is
Go
it,
back for a second.
No.
That was.
Is it Baron Von Steen?
That was Sherlock Holmes. I just saw in there.
Yeah.
How are the two related?
They're not. You idiot.
Baron Von Steen?
He produced or some bullshit. He's never directed anything, so.
So definitely Guy Ritchie.
Just like Bunraku. Let's
move
move on.
Shitting on Bunraku.
The new Guy Ritchie.
Let's move on.
Von Steen.
Baron Von Steen.
Von Steen.
We got some casting news.
Speaking of Sherlock
from Robert Downey Jr. himself, who posted a photo on probably Twitter or Instagram.
Twitter. He does love Twitter.
For the cast of The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle is the title of the film.
Seems like it's going to be a very different Dr. Dolittle than we're used to.
Yes.
Are we used to Dr. Dolittle?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy did it once, twice, three times.
Yeah, oof.
A lady.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But yes, we got some casting news, and you know what? There's a lot of people here. Let's start off. Obviously, Robert Downey Jr. is playing Dr. Dolittle himself. Let's go left to right here. We got Emma Thompson playing Polynesia, a parrot. We got Rami Malek playing Chi-Chi, a gorilla. Bizarre. We got Craig Robinson, Fleming the mouse. That's interesting.
Love Craig Robinson.
Carmen Eyogo playing a lion.
Carmen Sandiego?
Basically. You know they are doing a Carmen Sandiego movie? Did you hear about that? What's her name? What's cast from Annihilation? Anyways, Octavia Spencer.
Hey.
Dab Dab, the duck. Tom Holland as Jip, a dog. That's pretty perfect.
Spidey and Iron Man, dude.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, I know.
Marion Cotillard as Tutu, a fox.
Oh, what a
Ray
fox
Fiennes
she is.
as Barry.
Who's
a tiger.
A tiger.
Just Barry.
Just Barry.
We got Kumail Nanjiani as Plimpton, an
Love him.
ostrich.
Fuck. I hate ostriches.
Frances de la Tour, who was from...
She's done...
She was from... oh my god, Harry Potter. She was
the
mistress.
Madam... Yeah, the...
Madam... the
Keep
French
going.
Dumbledore.
Yeah.
She's playing Ginkgo who soars. That's an interesting thing. We got John Cena playing Yoshi the polar bear. That's interesting. And we got Selena Gomez playing Betsy the giraffe. So, Ty.
They couldn't get David Schwimmer, right?
No.
That's it.
No. That's just for the mocap. Ty, what do you think of this cast? There's a lot there. There's a lot to digest.
This cast is massive.
It is.
Huge cast. So much talent in there. I'm very excited. We don't have Isle of Dogs kind of situation. You know, we got men,
There's actual representation here.
women, whites, blacks, Kumail Nanjiani. It's going to be, to me, this is going to be fantastic. I want to know. I don't know the actual story of what Dr. Dolittle is, so I want to do a little bit more research into that because I feel like it's a very different tale than what Eddie Murphy brought to the table.
See, the O in Dolittle is a compass, and it's the voyage of. So,
Yeah.
Is this like? Do you guys remember the island of Dr. Moreau? You guys ever see that?
Vaguely.
Scarred
No,
me.
with what's his face? Fucking
Marlon Brando.
the goat, Marlon Brando, and David Thewlis was the star.
Oh, I love David.
Where he like travels to this island and they're like experimenting on animals.
Terrifying.
That sounds about right.
The animals are like turning into humans. It's like this weird DNA mixing.
Splicing.
Is it like a period piece or something?
That's what I think. I think it's going to be a period piece.
Is it like 1800s and he's like traveling and like collecting animals for a zoo or something, or
that's what I think.
something like I feel like it's something along those lines. Or something.
He's not just a vet.
Yeah, he's like he's not. They can't just do the same thing again.
Yeah,
like that. They have to tread new ground.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be him traveling and coming across these different animals and talking with them. And having them join his group or something.
Whatever he's going to be doing.
Yeah, joining him on his voyage.
I don't know. This cast is great. He's been penned into this for quite some time now.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this like forever ago.
Yeah, like we're talking years ago. He's had his name down for this. So the fact that they've had this idea for so long and it hasn't been shelved and just not done, to me that's speaking to it. That means that they've got a good script. I think. They've got a lot of ideas. I think it's going to be good.
You think they got a good script?
I think I got a good script.
Adam, what do you
Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah, I think they got it. You know what?
Yeah, they got an Oscar winner.
Hey, you guys thought Isle of Dogs was going to be phenomenal. Heavy 3 over here.
Looks amazing.
What do you think of Dr. Dolittle?
Don't care.
Don't give a fuck.
Is it live action or animated?
It'll be
it's
live
a combination.
action.
It's going to be like fucking Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Don't care.
All right.
Garbage. Okay.
Next news topic. We got some Jurassic World 3 news.
Oh, fuck.
Colin Trevorrow has been tapped to direct Jurassic World 3.
When did Jurassic World 2 come out?
Not yet.
Good.
A couple months from now.
Good. It's nice that they're greenlighting the threequel before the sequels come out.
Who directed the second one now? J.A. Bayona. Colin Trevorrow, you guys might know, directed the first one. As well as he was tapped to direct the upcoming episode 9, but now got the boot on that.
He left the project.
Yeah, creative differences.
Yeah. Uncle Phil style jazz.
Right after, uncoincidentally, right after the Book of Eli came out.
What a weird
Book of Henry,
coincidence.
Book of Eli Roth.
The Book of Eli Roth.
The Book of Henry, sorry, which was critically eviscerated.
Oh.
And then Disney was like, Lucasfilm was like, maybe we don't have you direct episode 9.
Maybe you're not the best for this project.
And then it seems like Spielberg's like, well, buddy, now that you're not doing episode 9, how about
come on back?
Jurassic World 3, bud? Adam, what are your thoughts on this?
I think it is a statement that these Jurassic World movies are a business and not art.
Right.
Because the first one was so generic and plain and just like go mass appeal, just show these fans what they have already seen 3 times. And they're like, you know what? Who can we get to just step up and be a hired gun and just point and shoot and do exactly what we say? The guy already did it. Mr. Trevorrow.
He's done it once before.
Come back,
Let's do the same shit again.
He tried to venture away from our clutches and he made Book of Henry. Yeesh. So come on back, bud.
Hey, we get you. Come back.
Yeah, we understand you.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah, for me,
Backwards safe.
it's a little disappointing because how much faith do they have in J.A. Bayona for doing the second one? Maybe he doesn't want to do it again after doing a big budget thing right away.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to jump into the next one instantly.
I like both his movies, Impossible and Monster Calls.
I mean, for me, he seems like the most promising director there between the two of them. Now, we'll see once this Fallen Kingdom comes out, because we'll see how he did. because I liked Monster Calls or whatever.
I don't think he's going to be able to do well with this because, like, to me, the theory, like the concept behind the second one that's coming out, it just seems so thin.
It's a disaster movie.
Well, that's the thing is they're going back for no reason, literally no reason.
Jurassic Park's never done that.
We left dinosaurs there. Yes, that's why you left in the first place because they were killing people.
The volcano's erupting. They're gonna die. They need to save them.
Why would they want to save them? They tried to kill them so many times. You've not seen movies 1 through 3 plus 1?
Beautiful animals, and they have lives.
Nope.
1 through.
Animal lives matter.
1 through
Dinosaur
3 plus
lives
1?
matter.
Yeah. Nice.
Dinosaur lives matter.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
They should have stayed in the fucking
it's so like
dinosaur ages.
I just don't have a lot of faith for the one that's coming out now because just it's so thin to me.
Yeah.
And like it's already done poorly, so to be done poorly and then just have a really thin concept behind it, like it's just like
almost like it's the 5th Jurassic Park.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
how compare this to the 5th Jurassic Park movie?
What do you guys think they're gonna do for Jurassic World 3? Like, how do you think it's gonna play out?
There's gonna be a 4th island.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, they're gonna bring a dinosaur back to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue's gonna come back to New York.
It's the only logical step.
Yeah, they're gonna try and save
dinosaurs.
them.
They escaped the island in 2.
Yeah,
right. They bring the dinosaurs from the island. The island's destroyed by the volcano.
Yeah, and then
they take them to fucking Columbus, Ohio.
And then hilarity ensues.
I don't know why I said that because it's from Ready Player One.
Yeah,
but
New York City. They
bring them to wherever. They bring them to L.A. They make a new park in Disney World.
Yeah,
and then fucking dinosaurs break out again
on the Earth.
Except in
like
the U.S. or something, or somewhere like that, London or something, Japan, Tokyo.
It's gonna be shit, no matter what way you slice it.
That's what it's gonna be.
You calling this now?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
That's safe. I would go. I would say that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be bad.
We're all very excited for it.
Well, that'll do it for this episode 137 of the FLA podcast. Tyler.
Yeah.
Where can people find us?
They can find us on Craft Pundit.
On Instagram.
And on Facebook.
Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah.
At Upper Late
Whatever Tim
Podcast.
says, plus Facebook and Instagram, plus me.
You can find Tim at The Craft Pundit.
On Instagram.
On Insta.
Yeah.
As well as Upreal Tim.
Upreal Tim.
On Letterboxd.
Yeah. And I'm Upreal Ty on Letterboxd. I feel like we just mucked up that order completely.
It's fine.
Okay.
My turn.
I'm filling in.
Freeney25 on Twitter and Upreal Adam on Instagram and Letterboxd.
By myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at Upreal Scott. And yeah, guys, if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it. Leave a comment below if you want to join our discussion. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, keep it real.